Mark, you earlier mentioned that C# manages the hardware-level memory management itself. We don't have to worry about allocating and deallocating memory. How does that work?
When I gave you guys the formal introduction to the C# language, I mentioned that C# programs are run by a CLR, that is, Common Language Runtime. When you declare variables in your code, the CLR allocates the memory for those variables. Basically, there are two types of variables you can declare. The first type is value type, and the second one is reference type. CLR provides two types of memory areas for your program: stack and heap. Stack is used for certain type of data which take a small amount of, and fixed size of memory. Heap is used to store type of data, which is not fixed in size, and its size may change as program runs. Value type variables are stored on the stack, and the data is present on the stack itself. Reference type variables are stored on the stack, and it contains the pointer to the address of heap area, where actual data is stored. Because the stack contains the reference to the heap, where data is stored, it is called reference type. Sometimes, we declare a variable of reference type, but do not assign any value to it. In this case, the variable takes memory on the stack, but it does not point to any location on the heap. This condition is called as null reference. The default value of any reference type variable is null, which is identified by the C# keyword, null. Remember that, null is not a real value, it just indicates the absence of reference to the heap.
Hey Mark, can you give some examples?
Sure. Let's take example of a numeric type. In C#, we use type, int, for integer numbers. A 32-bit integer always takes fixed 32 bits of memory storage. So, it is a value type. When we declare a variable of int type, it is directly stored on the stack. Value type variables always have some default value. For example, the default value of int type, or any numeric type in C#, is 0. Suppose, we have to store some text in a variable. The text may be of any length, and you can modify the text anywhere in your program. Because the length of text is not fixed, it is better stored on the heap. In C#, we use type, string, for text data. When we want to remove the reference to a reference type variable, we assign null to that variable. The actual data stored on the heap does not go anywhere when we assign null. When the data stored on heap is no longer referenced, the garbage collection service of CLR reclaims that memory area for use by another variables. The garbage collection process is totally managed by the CLR, and a programmer hardly has any control over when the memory is reclaimed.